Hey, what's going on YouTube? So behind me here is my storage room. It measures 8 feet by 12 feet, and I believe in the center height it's like 14 feet tall. I built this like 10 years ago, and today we are going to be dealing with something that has been driving me nuts lately. I just haven't gotten around to it. So on the inside of it here, I have a lot of yard equipment and stuff that I don't need to have access to all the time. This is the lower level right here. There is an upper level. But the problem that we are handling today is my ride-on mower. It has a battery in it. It does not have any cord, so if the battery's dead, I can't start it. So one of the issues that I have is the battery dies down and then I can't start it. I don't have any power to the storage room. I could run power out to it, but I don't really want to because I don't have a need to. You can see power tools behind me, like I have a table saw and chop saw, but I don't use them in the storage room. So I don't need to have power in the storage room for anything other than charging the battery. So there's really not much point to running power out to the storage room. So what I decided to do is to get a solar panel to keep my mower charged. If you've seen previous videos, I installed my own solar system on the house, so this should be pretty easy to do. This is all we're going to be installing today. It's a 30-watt panel, don't need anything crazy big. And a lot of the parts that I'm using, I actually had left over from the solar system or from solar on my trailer. The charge controller that we're using is actually the one that I used in my trailer at first. This is a PWM charge controller. It's not as efficient, but it doesn't matter because it's just charging the mower in between uses, so it doesn't need to be a really good one. I swapped this PWM charge controller out for an MPPT charge controller in my trailer because that's much more important to be as efficient as possible. But this one's not that big a deal, so we can reuse this one for this project here. So before I go mount it on the roof, I wanted to make sure I showed you what I have mocked up. So I have a piece of conduit bent up to go into the roof. I'm going to go inside the roof vent that's up there so that I don't have to make another roof penetration. And I'm using Renogy brackets. This came from the solar kit that I installed on my trailer, so I had these left over, so I'm just using these. And then I will run the wire inside through that roof vent. And I also have the charge controller mounted to a board right here. Doesn't have to be pretty, just functional. And the roof vent is right there. The whirlybird part of it, or the spinny part of it, is actually removed at the moment, so I can get in there from the top side to make it easier. All right, so this is the way it turned out up here on the roof. This is the air vent that I was talking about that I just ran right into there. I used a watertight connection there and put a whole bunch of Lexan sealant on it, and then ran the conduit up underneath the panel there. I attached the panel to the roof with those brackets and some screws. I just went right into the roof. This is just a storage room. If this was the house, I'd probably do something a little bit better than what I did here, but this is just the storage room. So, and I put some wet patch over the screws there, and I covered the panel with some cardboard so it wouldn't produce any power while I was wiring. We're not ready to turn it on yet, but I'm just about done on the roof. I just got to put the vent part of it back on top here, and then I'll be done up here. And then the conduit just goes inside there. And then the wires come inside here. I tried to put like kind of a drip loop in here, and then ran the wires through the rafter, a couple of the rafters, and then down along and down to the first floor, downstairs. Then the wires run from upstairs there and run down right here, back behind the controller. I put it on a switch as well so that I can turn the panel off. So the last few things I have to do is just do some cleanup, put that whirlybird back on there, and then I got to run a wire from the controller to where it would plug into the mower. And this is what we're using to plug into the mower. There's already one on the mower battery because that's how I charge it. And I have to pull it out over to the house and plug it in. Last time we cut the grass, the battery was dead, so we had to do the whole backyard with a push mower. All right, so we got to plug it into the mower. And reading 10.2 volts. So now we're going to turn the solar panel on. Now you can see that we have electricity coming from the solar panel. Don't have too much left because it's about in the shade from the tree that's right outside the storage room. But it'll do just fine. It's probably at least a week in between grass cuttings during the summer, probably once a month during the winter. So it will do just fine. It's only a 30-watt panel, but the panel, I believe, was around like, I don't know, $35. There'll be links in the description. So this definitely wasn't a difficult DIY project. Took me maybe about 4 hours to complete. I was taking my time trying to figure out exactly how I want to install the panel and run that conduit, so that probably took me the longest amount of time, but running the wires was really easy. This should do exactly what I wanted and keep the mower charged. The battery's probably got to be replaced again, judging that it's at 10 volts, and I just charged it last week, so I'm guessing it probably needs to be replaced again. But this should help the battery last longer as well. Also, in the next couple of weeks, hopefully if I can get to it, I want to install some LED lighting in here. It's not so that I can work out here, but it's so that if I'm putting stuff away after dark, that I can see in here a little bit easier. I'm just going to tap right into the battery on the mower, so that should be really easy to do, and I'll be sure to do a video on that one. And if you're interested in anything, I'll find as many links as I can and put it in the description below, like the solar panel, possibly the charge controller, the mounting brackets if you need those. If you need a ladder, Little Giant's a pretty good brand. A little heavy, but it does a lot of things. So definitely helpful. So I'll put as many links as I can in the description if you're interested in any of these products. So that does it for this week, and we will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.